Good afternoon to everyone listening to my voice and watching me standing on the tarmac here inside of a starport fighter bay. This is CMDR Trrium once again for second broadcast today. Don't know if it'll be 3 or 4 total. This being, of course, January 24th, Thursday, January 24th, 3304, or Wednesday, January 24th, 2018. Take your pick. More about that, actually, if you're interested in the calendar difference between 3304 and 2018. Have a look at a recent article posted to ross613.wordpress.com. Calendars are close, but not exact. And it begs the question, what happens when we have a leap year? At any rate. We'll go to open play. Our mission on this occasion will be will be actually recovering still from a huge loss of 18 million credits, leaving us only with the balance of 6.3, which is not enough to buy another Python class ship, so I'm going to have to be extremely careful. There is one mission here where I can make up the difference, so I'm going to take a little bit of a risk and attempt to complete that mission. I doubt this station is equipped for what I need it to be equipped for. Yeah, that's not. So we're not going to pick up any limpets at the moment. So our limpet controller will be totally useless, unfortunately. But in this system, there is a planet, Europa 3C, where we have a planetary scan job. And all we have to do is locate and interact with the data panel, and we then leave this system behind and never come back. Well, we will come back within 24 hours probably, but we need to make money, lots of money, very, very quickly, and this one's worth, as you can see here, 2.9 million credits, which will take us above 9.3 million credits. And the replacement value for the ship, rebuy cost is 9,186,000. I might be able, in addition to that, to getting a million insurance, but yeah, I don't know. So a bit of a risk here, very nervous, but again, with the achievable attainable goal so close, it was hard to resist. We're going to launch. Standing by for launch and launching.
Disengage from landing pad. Maintain correct lane on exit.
Oh! Already we're off to a rough start. That's a bad omen. And we're just going to have to break here for a second, so hang tight. We have a business call that just came in rather late in the day. Give me a moment. I think I heard something about these guys. Holy smoke, my controller is not working properly. Okay, trying to continue once again.
Delay C, Tango, Romeo, India. Please submit a standard docking request before attempting to land.
Ooh. Well, we'll lay in a course from Europa 3C. And we have to turn around in order to get there. Here we are. So it turns out it's the building that the station, or the planet rather, the station is in orbit of. Stations might orbit buildings in some universes, I guess, not this one. Okay, we're ready now. 0.11G. Guess we're going to have to slow down because we're approaching the target very rapidly. We have a mineral deposit here.
Landing gear deployed.
Deployed our landing gear and just waiting to see. Get a little closer, certainly out of this crater. I think over here would be best. Yes. Oh, well, we can do better than 1.5 kilometers, I think. Shortly. Perfect landing. That is how we want it. Deploy SRV-1. .11G as we are dealing with a low gravity environment instead of what we've become more accustomed to, just a high gravity environment. Sentry skimmer, serious mining of Merope, that's good. It's a tertiary faction that doesn't have as much influence. Just a minute here, where is that? Black Mountain Orbital, and the Hipparcos 1769Q system is where we're going after. So we'll be leaving the system. I think by all rights we should be fine, but we won't shoot at them. It's just just yet. And now, we need to get the hell out of this system. Or some other terrible thing happens. And now we'll move to Blackmount Orbital, where perhaps the more difficult decision of what missions to accept next are going to be examined.
Incoming mission critical message.
This is not correct. We're going to have to bail again. Game bug has resurfaced. Apologies for this. And now we'll return to Black Mount Orbital. Go to the galaxy map. Black Mount Orbital is in the Thargoid system over here, 17692. I don't believe we have any inventory at all. Oh, good heavens, we actually have enough to, you know, we might be furthest ahead to just get our purchase value and head up to the Merope system, to the Melee system, one of the engineering systems, and finish off my acquisition there of actually we'll keep that for now. Okay. Thargoid system course set. Stand by for departure. We have to be not mass locked. Get above mass lock height then.
Crankshaft drive charging.
And with that, we've recovered the purchase value of the Python, I believe. Thank God. And all it took was alienation of one little system two Python craft destroyed. And the self-respect of one elite dangerous player. Oh, crap. We don't actually have any any limpets, I just remembered, so we may as well go to our Black Mount orbital. Because I'm not doing the prison ship without... first having some limpets. Hello? Hello? Speaking? Oh yes. Which company? Oh, okay. 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 Yeah, I'm not, I think I know which job this is, and it wouldn't have surprised me. Okay. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. In good order. Yeah, just let me have a look at these images here. I'm just looking on a tiny little screen, and it doesn't. Let's see here. Let's go to full screen. Show me. I can't see. I just can't. Like, it's too small. Hang on a second. I'll try to. Yeah, they're just too small. There's no way I'm going to be. There's no way I can read this. So can you read me? Can you read me what the mandatories are, please? Now, I had applied with Eminent Recruiters. You do work with Bell, isn't that correct? Bell Canada. Because I'm sure. You don't work with Bell, but does your company work with Bell? Because I thought I had seen. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of something else here. This is just like, I'm sorry, there have been way too many. Today was an applications day. I just went nuts, and so there's literally well over 100 applications that were sent out. So. Okay. Okay. Ah, yes, the automated testing. That's the one. Yeah. Okay. So they looked for an automated tester and couldn't find one. because they needed they in my case, the former requirement that was missing was the degree requirement. I don't have a computer science degree. And these images are I can't read them. No. Yep, go ahead. Coded UI tests in Visual Studio. I don't know if they want project demonstrable coded UI tests. No, but I mean I've been using coded UI tests as part of various projects over like web-based projects over the course of time. So I don't know what they mean exactly. Like if I have a project, I'd have to go through my resume and see where I did specifically coded UI tests. Okay. Okay. Right. And normally Visual Studio will accommodate that. I mean, you can have your testing. There's two levels of testing. There's code unit testing, which is like testing the code to against specific expressions and specific conditions to say, oh, you know, is this true that this statement that x equals n plus 1? Then if x does equal n plus 1, it comes back true. Assert is true, and it comes back the test passed. Right? Now that's in the code. In a UI test, you're basically just testing. I mean, there's two different ways to think about them. There's UI driven tests where you literally script together UI tests based on mouse movements and clicking in an interface. And then there's code generated from that, but normally you wouldn't make edits to the code itself. You would just go through the steps that basically you want the users to validate user input. Is that what they're? It's the last one. Okay, yeah, I've done that with most recently with Canada Council of the Arts and with which is on my CV that I sent you. Now let's see, there was some work. The rest I'd have to, like, I know I've done it a bunch of times, but to say that it's going to all add up to 5 years, I don't know right now. No, of course not. And the project itself, like CCA, was only 3 months. So whether or not it's, but I mean, once you understand how to do this, it's not like rocket science either. It's fairly straightforward. So. Okay. The one thing I would say that I have that other candidates, you know, that might make me attractive is I've been trained with Visual Studio not once but many times. I was a product specialist in SharePoint and in Team Foundation Server for Microsoft in 2015, and I was also part of the team that designed and built Commerce Server 2009. So I've worked for Microsoft, the vendor that does this, twice. I've also been on .NET certification training as far back as 2003. So I've been around the block with this. I'm a really strong .NET developer, and I really do know this technology quite well. Whether or not I'd have to, like, you know, brush up on my UI testing apparatuses, probably, but it wouldn't take very long. If they're having problems getting someone in, I'm quite confident I could fit the bill within a couple of weeks. Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you want me to send you exactly? I mean, I'm uncomfortable with this being such a tight deadline because now you better tell me exactly what you want, or I'm not going to deliver. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I can take a highlighter out and I can highlight the sections where where I think I've used this the UI tool. But one of the problems I may be having is asking about the UI tool. I mean, just general Microsoft test methodology. They should be able to find a code level developer who's familiar with the testing tools. Like, why is that so difficult? I'm surprised that if that's what they're looking for, it must be the other requirements that they're tripping up on, because this is core to Visual Studio. Well, I don't know. I mean, if they're having trouble with the, oh, hang on, there's feedback on the phone here. Wow, the phone call just got really nasty. Um, I guess we're going to have to probably end the phone call because I'm getting just a ton of feedback in my ear every time I speak. Are you still there? I can barely hear you. Yeah, do that. Call me back. Sorry about this, folks. Very late in the day here. We've got 2 business calls. I did put out a large number of job applications today, and all of a sudden now at like dinner time they're calling. They've had all day to call. I don't know what else to tell you. I think what I'm going to do at this junction is just stop streaming for a little bit, and I'll try to pick up the stream in a little while.